It's me, and it's really dark. Let me fix that. Hey guys, this is gonna be a little Q&A about college and Ole Miss. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some questions, so let's just get right into it. Please subscribe if you have not. Alright, let's go. Okay, so some background on me. I am a junior currently at Ole Miss, aka the University of Mississippi. I guess I should have said that the other way around. I'm a 5U and I am an integrated marketing communications major. I asked y'all our questions about Ole Miss and college in general and you guys responded, so I just want to address some of them now. I tried to film this earlier this morning when I was getting ready and I just sat down to edit it. It's like almost 10 o'clock now. My dogs were barking so bad in the background and I didn't realize it was going to be so annoying, but it is horribly annoying. And I was all over the place. Also, I'm just coming to y'all in my pajamas because I couldn't let it go and I'm like, I'm filming right now, I don't even care. And I still have makeup on, which like, how often does that happen? Not often. So first and foremost, I had a question about my rush experience, which I'm gonna keep that short for this video because I can make a whole video about my rush experience and like other sorority things if y'all are interested in that. But to keep it short and simple, it was positive. I kept an open mindset and a positive mindset the whole week and it went really well and I had a really good time meeting all the girls and going inside all the beautiful houses because I always wanted to do that. But yeah, I'll make a whole video about that if y'all be interested because I could talk about that for quite some time and I did this morning and then I was like, oh no, this is 20 minutes long and I've answered 2 questions. So on to the next. Favorite things about Ole Miss. When I was looking at colleges, I only looked at Ole Miss, like I'm not lying. I looked at Ole Miss, toured Ole Miss, applied to Ole Miss, went to Ole Miss, didn't do anything else. I didn't think about class size or campus size, which luckily it all worked out. The campus is the perfect size. All of our buildings are close together. You don't have to take the bus anywhere. We can get from one end to the other in like 15 minutes flat. And I believe our student to professor ratio was like 20-22 students to 1 professor. Something like that. So there are some big lecture classes as there are with just like gen eds and some early classes in your major. But besides that, they're all pretty intimate classes, which is great if you're gonna ask questions. I'm not because I literally could not think of anything worse than raising my hand in class. Someone asked, why did you decide to join 5U? So for me, when I went through recruitment, I just really wanted to go somewhere where I felt loved and wanted and I felt important and not just like a number. I really felt loved and important and included and like there was a place for me and that I could thrive in 5U, which I definitely think has been the case. Alright, how did you decide which major was best for you? So when I was deciding to come to Ole Miss, which was all of my search. Why am I so dark? Is this gonna get better? I was researching the majors and I was thinking about what I'd like to do already. I already was into social media. I was already into like taking pictures, editing pictures, taking videos, editing videos. I was always trying to take over, like if we were doing a class project, I was trying to make the video or I was trying to design the PowerPoint. Like I was already trying to do all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, a major in that realm would be perfect for me because I already do enjoy that and a major is setting you up for the job that, I mean, essentially you're going to have for the rest of your life. So this has to be something you're willing to do and that you enjoy doing every single day for the rest of your life, you know. When I was researching all the majors at Ole Miss, I came across the Integrated Marketing Communications major, which I'm just going to abbreviate IMC because I literally cannot get that whole thing out. It sounded like everything that I wanted, a mixture of PR, journalism, marketing, just a whole mixture of that realm, and it's a breadth of information that you learn and I think it's been awesome so far. Also with that major there's a built-in minor in business administration, which I think it's actually changed now and I think it might just be a straight up business minor. I don't know. I think you might be able to do either. I have a business administration minor built in. So this next question is out of state advice, homesick, meeting people, etc. When I first got to Ole Miss, I honestly didn't have a chance to be homesick because I was so busy immediately right off the bat and then especially after going through recruitment. That was mainly because my dorm room accidentally went viral, so I had no time to focus on the fact that my parents were leaving me in Mississippi, but more on the fact that people on Twitter were roasting me, so you know, that's not like, you know, that's not really helpful. But as for meeting people, I lived in a traditional dorm, which is the older dorms on campus. Sorry, something in my eye. My dorm was built in the 60s and it had a community bathroom on each floor as opposed to the contemporary dorms, which have a bathroom in each room and they're newer and nicer. Don't feel like you have to stay in the traditional dorm to get the Ole Miss or the college experience. I mean, I got the experience, but it's not the only way to get it. I have tons of friends who lived in the contemporary dorms and they had a great time while having their own bathroom, so that's just up to you, really. I met a ton of people because we all had to use the same bathroom, so you know, you meet people in the bathroom. And also just because everyone kept their doors open and it was like a really social environment there, which I don't think it's like that in all the contemporary dorms, so that just is up to your personal preference as to how you want to meet people. We have different campus ministries or clubs that you can definitely get involved with before recruitment, because I haven't mentioned, but we have deferred recruitment. So when I went through, it was in the end of October, but it's now like mid-September, so it's gotten a lot better. I don't know, I think that's just like a really bad year for the timing, but yeah, so there's a ton of ways to meet people for recruitment that helped me get settled in. So this question says, Ole Miss is known as a party school. How do you stay away if you want to rush? That is definitely something that everyone stresses about, myself included. For me, all the friends that I had in my dorm, I lived in Martin. I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to say it like I can't. I lived in Martin at Ole Miss. All my friends in Martin were also planning on going through recruitment. Most of the girls who live in the traditional dorms are. It's not that you can't go out. You and your friends can go out to the square for a night or whatever. That's totally fine. It's just, you want to just play it safe and maintain like your wits about you, because there's gonna be older girls out too. You don't want to put yourself in any type of compromising situation, you know, so you just want to act right. I don't really know about like the party, like fraternity party scene before rush. Me and my friends we weren't in the loop. So we just went out to the square just a few times, not much. And then as recruitment approaches, everyone kind of starts laying lower and lower, and now it's even sooner, so you know, it's not hard. I didn't think, because all your friends and everyone that you were with also had the same goal in mind of not putting themselves in a compromising situation, so, you know. What is it like being in a sorority? It is awesome, I think, because especially if you're out of state, you have to like make a group of friends. Like, you don't have your friends from high school, you don't have your family, so you have to make your like friend group and your family and everything somewhere else. So they're like my support system while I'm at school, and also we have yummy meals. At least at Ole Miss we have chefs, so it's been great, because also it's so fun. Like, I mean, in the end, a sorority is a social organization, so there are fun things to do as well, but you have to maintain grades to be able to go to those fun things, so it's kind of like a reward system almost. Like, you get to go to these fun events with all your friends, but you also have to study hard, and all your friends are encouraging you to study hard too, because that's what we're there for overall. This one is, how do you deal with having a boyfriend in college and doing long distance? I haven't mentioned that on this channel. I have a boyfriend. We've been dating since like my freshman year of high school. He goes to college here at home, and I go to Ole Miss. So, at the beginning, it was scary. Obviously. It's gotten so much better with time. We're both very busy, and I think that's the main thing. Like, if one of us was going out all the time and hanging out with our friends constantly, or doing schoolwork constantly and didn't have enough time to devote to the other person, and the person was just sitting at home being like, what is she or he doing, you know, then that would be the problem. Like, that would be an issue. But we're both very busy with school and work. He's a double major, he works, like, we're both doing a ton of stuff. I have a small business, I have my little side hustle, you know, like, we're both busy. It's not like one of us is sitting there sad, lonely all the time by ourselves. I think that's been like the most important thing, and also he's just like an angel and comes to visit me so much and always comes for my formals, and that just, you know, makes a world of difference, because there's never a time where we're like, okay, like, I don't know when I'm gonna see you next. Like, I'll leave for school, or he will come to visit, and then we'll be like, okay, when's the next time I'm gonna see you? It's this many weeks, look forward to that, instead of just dwelling on like, oh my god, it's gonna be so long, we don't know, you know? I don't know. It was scary, and I always wanted to go away, so when I had the opportunity, I knew that it was what I needed to do, because I always wanted to go away to school, and he was supportive of it, because he knew that was my dream, so I was like, well, I guess we'll see what happens. And I mean, you know, just gotta be open with each other and communicate a lot. Yeah, sorority slash rush advice. I'm going to delay that to another video, I think. Right? Yeah. What was your admission process? Anything you would change or do over? I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was very easy. I believe there was a couple essays. I can't speak for other schools. Ole Miss's was easy. There's nothing I would change. It went fine. Main thing I tried to do, I don't know if they still do the ACT or if they do SAT now, because I know a lot of people are moving towards that. The main thing I did was take my ACT a few times to try and get it to the highest points so I could get the highest scholarship, but besides that, it's fine. What made you want to join FAMU when you rushed? LAOB from A to Zeta. Hello! I love whatever other FAMUs hit me up. What made me want to go FAMU? Just feeling so welcomed and like loved, and that was really important because you're looking for somewhere away from home, you know? And I wanted to go somewhere where I felt appreciated, so I felt appreciated and loved in FAMU. How is it going to a big Greek focused school, like where it seems like that's all people care about? I definitely, yeah, from the outside, and you know, you're not even wrong. It is like that's what all people care about. But there's still less than half at Ole Miss, I think, that are Greek. I believe it's less than half. But I can see how it would be really hard to find people, especially in the beginning, especially in those dorms, like to not have that group. It would be tough. I think it's a ton of fun, but that's because I'm involved in it, you know? I love having a group of people to rely on all the time. What are good clubs / activities to get involved in? So we have Rebelthon at Ole Miss, and I think every school should have like a dance marathon type thing, which benefits Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It's a ton of fun, and I know like I have really great friends who are on media committee or other committees for Rebelthon, like outreach, and through that they can make friends by working on the campus and with people in other sororities or in other clubs to all come together for one greater good, and the whole school comes together for it. It's a ton of fun. Rebelthon I love. I'm in Women in Business, which is a brand new club to Ole Miss. I think other schools probably have one. There's some clubs within my major as well that I think would be really cool, but I'm not involved in currently. But within your major there's some cool clubs and organizations. Are there people other than party kids there? Yes. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I don't go out, because I do, but I don't think I'm like a crazy partier. I don't go out all that often, and I think that Ole Miss gets a bad rep. Yes, there are definitely people other than party kids there. I would advise you to feel it out for yourself with any school, because you want to make sure you're somewhere you feel is conducive to your lifestyle and like somewhere that you can grow, because that's important for your mental health. So if you can go on a visit, definitely do that. Feel out the campus, feel out the square. There's so many more people than party people there. This is kind of straying from that topic, but like you just want to make sure that no matter what, you find a college that makes you feel comfortable, because that's what's important. Or you can't do well in a place where you don't feel comfortable. What advice would you give to a sophomore who wants to rush? Okay, so I would 10 out of 10 say go through recruitment. There's so many houses and so many spots for leadership. There's a ton of girls who go through recruitment as sophomores, and it's not a problem at all. Just be confident, make sure you have everything that you would need to have, your grades, your recs in, just like everyone else, and you should be good to go. How was it going through rush and starting out at a new school out of state? So earlier a little bit I've touched on this. It was really cool, really fun to go through recruitment, but it was really scary to start at a new school out of state. But luckily I had some great friends. I don't know, made me feel accepted. I have a story about that coming up in like the next 2 seconds. I can see the question that I'm gonna... Stay tuned. What was the hardest part of going through recruitment? It was exhausting, and trying to keep a positive attitude when you're really tired and you're trying to go to class too, because we have recruitment during school. It's tough. How did you find your freshman year roommate? Were y'all close? Okay, so this is the story I was talking about. So this is the weirdest story, but I'm gonna tell you guys. My senior year before going to Ole Miss, I was so nervous about not having friends or something, and I was like, okay, I'm absolutely not going to be friendless. I'm going to have friends, and I'm going to make sure that I have friends. Like, I was absolutely refusing the fact of not having friends, or the idea of not having friends. So anyway, I had a Instagram account called OOTD by Lindy. It's still out there. It's not called that anymore, but it's still out there. Anyway, so on that account, I posted pictures of my outfits every day, which, side note, wearing a fun outfit, taking a picture to post on my OOTD Instagram was like the literal only reason I could get out of freaking bed to go to high school. Like, that sounds bad, but that was my motivation. Anyway, not the point. I had made friends with this girl through my OOTD Instagram who had something in her bio about being from Mississippi or something. I don't remember. And then she posted something about Ole Miss, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. I'm gonna follow this girl on my personal Instagram and we're gonna be friends. Whatever. Followed her on my personal Instagram. One day I saw that she posted these tank tops that her and her friends wore that said running through the 16 with my woes. We were the graduating class of 2016, and you know, the Drake song, whatever. So I'm like, oh, those are funny. Me and my friends would love those, but you shouldn't copy her design. And then I copied her design. Then I posted the picture, knowing that she follows me on 2 accounts. I was way too nervous to talk to her about it, because you shouldn't steal things from people, like their designs like that. You shouldn't steal them, but I stole it. She called me out on Twitter. I think I followed her there at that point too, I guess. She was like, when strangers steal your tank top. I don't know. She said something, and I was like, honestly, my feelings are hurt. I feel so sick inside over this. And there was like a basketball game. Everyone was texting me about it. I couldn't even think about the basketball game. All I could think about the fact was that I was not even gonna have friends in Ole Miss. I was going to have enemies when I got there. So I'm like, I'm not letting this happen. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I should have asked you. I'm an idiot. After I messaged her, she was like, oh, it's fine. It's no big deal. I just thought it was funny. I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. And then she was like, are you going to Ole Miss? I was like, yes. And she was like, hey, I have a friend that needs a roommate. I'm like, oh, well, this has gone surprisingly well. I need a roommate. So she set me up with her friend Abby, who has become a great friend of mine. She said, were you guys close? Yes, we were super close. Just by chance, ended up being like the same person. I'm just so thankful for her and all of her friends. If any of you guys are watching, thank you for accepting me. I'm so thankful that they made me feel so at home in Ole Miss. Without them, I seriously don't know what. For those first few weeks, they gave me the confidence and like the support group to be able to branch out on my own but know that I still had friends. I don't know like even how to explain it, but they made me feel so at home and welcomed and loved and included me in all their stupid things like going to get donuts or going to Walmart. My friend Brenna said, what about Ole Miss drew an Illinois girl to Mississippi? Glad it did though. Me too, sister. So for me it was the fact that it was like such a small beautiful town but with so much hype. A cozy town, really nice people, but people that all had a lot of school spirit, and I had a lot of school spirit in high school, so I was ready to transfer that over to a college. And then someone said Hail State. And to that I say, hotty toddy. You know, I'm from Illinois, so I can't really get as into that rivalries. I wish as I need to, because I'm like, okay, you know. But since I go to Ole Miss, hotty toddy. Someone said, what is the best dorm for freshmen? Best dorm for freshmen is whatever dorm is great for you. I lived in, like I said, Martin, which was a traditional dorm. It was fine, honestly, which I did not expect it to be fine. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna be okay. At first I was like, this is kind of like being at camp, and I've never been to camp. I don't want to go to camp. Then it was fine, and it's become fine. I had some friends that lived in the contemporary dorms, and they're totally fine, and they had a great time too, and they had their own bathroom. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Everyone in the traditional dorms typically is going through recruitment, and the contemporary dorms tend to be a little bit less focused on that, which, you know, it just depends on what's good for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I answered some of your questions. I hope you will subscribe and stay tuned for a sorority recruitment experience / tips videos, I don't know yet. Yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.